everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Pictures. Welcome back to my channel. Right, so for this video I'm going to do a very quick review of the Fog on 4K Blu-ray, and when I say review, I'm going to review the 4K transfer. So this is a series that I kind of wanted to get into now, where I wanted to start showing some of my favourite 4K transfers and do picture-by-picture comparisons of them, just to give you an idea of the significant upgrades that you're getting over the previous Blu-ray. And not only that, but in this video as well, I have 3 editions of the Fog as well, 2 on 4K and 1 on Blu-ray. And I thought, why not show these 3 editions off? Because as far as I remember, I don't think I've actually shown them. I haven't actually shown them off in depth anyway, I can tell you that now. So I thought, why not do it? Yeah, do something similar to what I done with the Tenebrae video that I done a couple of weeks ago. And when I showed the picture versus picture comparisons on that, it seemed to get a hell of a response. So I'm going to continue this with, like I said, some of my favorite 4K transfers. So the 3 editions that I'm actually going to show off in this video is this StudioCanal edition, and this is the collector's edition as well. This is the StudioCanal, like I said, StudioCanal one. Universal did bring out a version of this as well. I'm not sure if you can still get them now, but I remember they were widely available when they first came out. As for this edition of the StudioCanal one, yeah, unfortunately it is sold out. It is a 4K disc set as well. And you've also got a soundtrack in here as well, so it is definitely probably the most deluxe edition you can get of the movie so far. We'll have to wait and see what Scream Factory come up with. Then another edition I'm going to be quickly showing as well is the Steelbook Edition of the Fog on 4K Blu-ray. And again, this is the StudioCanal as well, and I think this might be... It might be a Zavvi exclusive Steelbook. I honestly can't remember. I know I didn't buy them off Zavvi. I bought them off a seller on eBay, but I think it might be a Zavvi exclusive. So yeah, I'm going to be showing that. And then I'll just quickly take us around this Blu-ray that I have of it. And this is from a company called Optimum. And this is the version that I'm going to be stacking up against the 4K transfer. So, right, that's the 3 versions I'm going to show. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get into showing you these 3 editions. And then we'll come back and we'll talk about the 4K transfer. Right, so here we go, and this is the 3 editions that I'm going to be showing, and just wanted to show you, I'll let you see the 3 of them together, just to give you an idea of the sense of the artwork. And it's actually great to actually have different artwork on each edition of it. So let's start with the quickest one first, which will be the Blu-ray. So I'm not going to spend too much time with this, folks. I just want to get around this very quickly. But again, I do love the green artwork on this. Was always a fan of it. Unfortunately, you don't get it on any of the 4K editions. So that is the main artwork. That is the spine of it there. And then take us around to the back of it. And again, I'm not quite sure what kind of special features are on this. Actually, I'm looking at it there now, and I don't think you even get a special feature on this Blu-ray disc. So very, very disappointing. And then that is the disc inside. So that is a quick look at the Blu-ray. Just move that to a side, and then we'll go on to the Steelbook, and I'm just going to take this protective case off first. And we'll remove the J card, and I'll just quickly show you that. So just a quick look at the J card. There's a couple close look at the technical aspects if you want to have a check at them. And as you can see there, the Blu-ray that you get on this set is Region B locked. So just be wary out there if you are buying from the States. So yeah, that is the J card. Put that to a side, and then we'll bring in the Steelbook. And I have to admit, the Steelbook artwork is absolutely beautiful. I knew I was going to pick up both of these releases on 4K the minute I seen them. I needed the Steelbook, and I definitely needed the collector's edition as well. But again, I hope the light is kind of capturing that, where you kind of see his eyes, particularly Blake. His eyes are kind of lighting up a bit when you kind of bend light against it, which I do think looks pretty cool. So yeah, that is the main artwork on the Fog. Again, I don't even know if you can make out the... There you go, there. You can slightly see the fog on the spine of it there. It's a very dark looking Steelbook, it has to be said. And that is the back artwork, and of course you have the lighthouse there as well. And you got the moon, and I think that is the ship there, the pirate ship. The Elizabeth Dane, I think that's what it's called. And open the full Steelbook in full, and that is it in full. It's a beautiful looking Steelbook, it really, really is. So then take us inside, and you got your 4K disc, and as you can see there behind it, it says 6 Must Die. And then let me see if there's anything else behind this. So just I'll quickly show you there as well. That is the Blu-ray of the movie itself. And you do get the special features disc, I presume that is. Yeah, the extra disc. And there is nothing at the back of that the Steelbook. Bit of a shame there, I didn't put any artwork on it. So yeah, that is a quick look at the Steelbook, and as you can see, you didn't get the soundtrack with this release. So we'll move that to a side and then bring in the last one, which is the collector's edition. So I just want to move these out of the way because this set opens up quite wide. So this is the artwork that they opted for the fog on this collector's edition. Now I have to admit, out of the three artworks, this is it's my least favourite, if I'm completely honest. I don't think I really was a fan of it when it first came out. It's grown on me slightly over time, sorry. But yeah, I think I would have opted for the original artwork if I could get it. So that's a quick look at the fog, and that's the spine of it there. And it is a thick looking set as well. It's not a hard box like we get with our releases, unfortunately. But thankfully there's no sign of shelf wear yet, and I've had these for a while now. So again, I'm not going to take you through this J card again. It's the exact same as what was on the back of the Steelbook. So right, let's open this up and we'll see what's inside. So right, we will start with the disc first, I think, and we'll get rid of we'll go through the goodies in a second. So is there anything, right, so this is one of these yokes that actually kind of forms a picture when you do open it up. And as you can see, it's Stevie Wayne going into the lighthouse. Again, I hope you can pick that up on the camera. It looks pretty cool. So yeah, quite a big picture it forms when you open it up. And then turn it around, and voila, there is your discs. So you have, just let me turn these discs around properly so you can see them. So I'm going to hold it up here quickly for you, and that is the 4K disc. You've got the Blu-ray disc. You have got the special features. And then you've also got the soundtrack. Just let me see if there's anything kind of behind it. I think you have just a few pictures behind the discs. Oh, sure, look, I may as well do it. I'm going to do it right. So you have Stevie Wayne there as well, and you've got Janet Leigh there and Nancy Loomis on the right-hand side. So let's just remove the discs off this side. And again, I hope you can see that. It's the scene at the end of the movie. And then, of course, you got Blake there and his friends in the church. So that is the discs themselves, folks. I just want to quickly pop these back in. So, yeah. So the difference with this one is you do get the added soundtrack. Right. So I'll put that to a side. We have a poster. I'll show that in the end. You got a couple of postcards here as well, which I'll take as true. And again, that is Blake again, with the scene at the church at the end of it. I love that scene. And then you got Stevie Wayne there as well, and that's Stevie Wayne going into the lighthouse. And again, one of the scenes at the end of the movie as well. And of course, you got Jamie Lee Curtis there with Tom Atkins. So yeah, you got you got 5 postcards and nothing on the backs of them. So we'll move that to a side. You got a booklet here as well. And yeah, I'll take it around. It's a shame the artwork is identical to the actual main box itself. They could have done something a bit better with it. So yeah, it's a small enough booklet. It's not too packed. But again, I think it's just a history, a write up of the history of the movie itself, and maybe some interviews with some of the actors and all that. So yeah, it's quite a simple little book. And then lastly but not least brings us on to the poster. And let's see if I can open this up for you in front of the camera. It's only one-sided poster, and it is the same artwork that's said as the main box. So that is everything, folks. That is my 3 releases for the Fog, and yeah, very happy to have them all. Right, folks, so there you have it. That is the 3 editions. So let's get on to the 4K transfer. But before we do, let's get on to some technical aspects first. It's got an aspect ratio of 235:1. It also supports Dolby Vision and HDR. It has a DTS 5.1 audio. It's also got a running time of 90 minutes, and it's a native 4K disc. Right, so just like the Tenebrae release that I showed off last week, the 4K disc on this absolutely destroys the Blu-ray on every aspect when it comes to picture quality. You could start with the fine detail first. The fine detail across the board looks unbelievable on this 4K release. You're just going to see so much added detail that you just never seen before, especially when you compare it to the Optimum release, where, let's face it, there wasn't a whole lot of fine detail to be seen on that release. It really was that poor. The Dolby Vision does darken the picture considerably on this disc, but I think it actually helps with the tone of this movie in a way. But it is considerably darker than the previous Blu-ray. But the one thing you will notice is the colours. The colours look unbelievably natural looking, and they don't look anywhere near as washed out The black levels for the most part look unbelievably inky and deep, and if you have an OLED TV, I think you're really going to enjoy them. And the shadow detail as well, for the most part, looks quite amazing. Folks, this is a no-brainer. It really is, just like the Tenebrae release that I showed off last week. If you are a fan of the Fog and you have this Optimum release, you just have to upgrade to the 4K, especially if you have a 4K TV and a 4K setup. You need to have this movie, this version of it, on 4K, because it just destroys the picture in every possible way. The DTS 5.1 audio is good. It's not horrible. It's just, it is lacking Atmos, and I think Scream Factory's release is going to thankfully it's going to fix that for us, because I think they are bringing out an Atmos soundtrack for it. But the 5.1 on this it's decent. It wouldn't it's not the most active sounding soundtrack you will ever hear on 4K. But again, it's all down to source material. It's all down to the movie itself. And there is a good sense of separation with the speakers, and the dialogue is quite clean, so you are really going to appreciate it. But again, I can't stress this enough, Scream Factory's Dolby Atmos soundtrack, I am sure, is going to absolutely destroy the 5.1 audio that we do get with this. So that is it, folks. That is my quick review of The Fog on 4K, and like I said, if you're a fan of this movie and you don't have it on 4K, trust me, you need to own it. So that is it, folks. That is it. So as per usual, if you did like this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and if you could leave a comment down below, and please do share your thoughts on this movie and what did you think of the transfer of it. And yeah, I hope to see you all again real soon with my next video. Until then, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.